I never thought I'd be sitting here talking about this. For years, I didn't even understand what was happening to me. Borderline personality disorder, BPD, felt like it took over without warning. My emotions were always intense, but over time they became something I couldn't control. Everything felt either too overwhelming or completely empty. It really hit me with relationships. I was terrified of being left behind. Even if nothing was wrong, I'd convince myself that the people closest to me were going to leave. I'd react, sometimes pushing them away before they had the chance, other times clinging too tightly. It was like my emotions swung wildly from one extreme to the next. It was exhausting, both mentally and physically. One minute I'd feel loved. The next, I'd feel abandoned. The hardest part was the emptiness. There were days where I felt hollow, like no matter what I did, I couldn't fill the void inside. And when the emptiness hit, I'd do anything to feel something. Drinking too much, spending money recklessly, just trying to escape. But none of it worked. It only brought more shame. I even hurt myself sometimes, not because I wanted to end things, but because I needed to feel something, anything, to distract myself from the emotional pain. But it didn't help. It only made everything harder. It wasn't until I broke down at work that things started to change. I'd bottled everything up for so long, pretending I was fine. But that day, something snapped. I felt overwhelmed, convinced everyone was abandoning me. I couldn't stop crying. I thought I'd lost control. A colleague noticed and stepped in. I didn't know they were a mental health first responder at the time. They took me aside and just listened. No judgment, no rush to fix things. They just let me talk. They told me, "It's okay to feel overwhelmed. We'll figure it out together." That one sentence made a huge difference. I wasn't alone. They suggested I might be dealing with BPD and encouraged me to speak with a therapist. It was scary, but also a relief. It gave a name to what I was feeling. They helped me find resources and checked in on me regularly, which meant the world. It helped me see that I wasn't a burden. I started therapy, and my therapist introduced me to dialectical behavior therapy, DBT. Learning how to manage my emotions and pause before reacting changed everything. It wasn't easy, but I started to recognize the patterns in my behavior and understand my triggers. I'm in a much better place now. My emotions still get intense, but I have tools to manage them. I've learned how to reach out when I'm struggling and how to cope in healthier ways. Therapy has helped me build stronger relationships and, most importantly, taught me that I'm not broken. Recovery doesn't mean everything is perfect, but I'm proud of how far I've come. I've learned that BPD is just a part of my story. It doesn't define who I am, and I'm grateful to the mental health first responder who listened when I needed it most. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it. Asking for help doesn't make you weak, it makes you stronger. BPD is just one part of who I am, but I'm still writing the rest of my story.